Okay, so we saw that the time complexity for that solution was O of n square in part 1. In part 2, we'll try to find a solution which has a time complexity that is linear, which is O of n. So the way we get into this optimized solution is slightly interesting. So I'll take the same example and try to walk through. So let's say we have the array again 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. See, let's say we are trying to find the product for uh, this particular index, that is index 1, right? So basically we can split the array into two parts. One as a left part, all the elements that are left of this element, and then right part, right? So this is the left and right of this particular index. Now let's actually move a little bit up front and then look at for the next element. So for, let's say, this particular index, that is index 2, which holds element 3, the left is basically 1 and 2 and the right is basically 5 and 4. So I think a pattern kind of you can, I guess you can see here, right? It's basically the left and then the right, which is always either moving in one direction or reducing in one direction, right? And the final product is anyhow, it's basically left into right, right? So you can take the product of all the elements in right and multiply with all the elements in left, you will get the final product. So using this funda, we can take a shot at this problem. So the idea would be, there will be an array called product, in which we'll first make a left pass. Moving from left to right, and create basically an array which has the product. So how would that look? For example, when, let's say, we assign a value called left equal to 1 initially, that value gets appended to the array. For the second index, basically it is the element into this particular value that is left. So that's again going to be 1. For the second one, it's going to be 2. Then it's going to be 6, and then it's going to be 30, right? So this is the first uh, pass, which gives us the left array. Now likewise, we can start the right pass with right equal to 1 assigned, and then we can move in the reverse direction, right? Reverse direction of the array. So here what we can do is we can basically mutate, start from here, and start multiplying the elements, right? So we have right set as 1 initially, so it's going to be 30 into 1, which will remain as 30. Then we'll have right becoming now 4 when it gets multiplied with 4. We have 6 into 4, which is going to be 24. Then we'll have right becoming 4 into 5, that's going to be 20, right? So 20 into 2 is going to be what? It's going to be, for the third index, it's going to be 40, right? And then we'll have 20 into 2, that becomes 40. Now 40 into 1 is going to be I guess it's again going to be 40, right? And then we'll have we'll have 120 for the final one, right? We'll have 40 here. I made a mistake somewhere over here. Right becomes 1, 4, 20, then 20, and then it's actually 60, I think. Yeah, okay. After 20 it becomes 60. So let me erase it. Okay, so anyhow, this is going to be 20 into 2's, that is going to make it 40. Then it is going to be 60, which makes sense, right? Yeah, 60. And then it is going to be 60. Yes, now we have 60, and 60 into 2, right? That's 120, and then that will come here, right? So the same product array could be mutated to generate this. So that is the funda. So let's try to write it in code and see how it will be. Create a new page. Okay, so we have def product of elements, which gets a list, right? So I'm going to first do the left pass. Anyhow, I'll define a product array. I'll just put it here, right? So for the left pass, I'm just going to do for element in list. Okay, I need to also assign a value called left, which will be set as 1 in list. And what I'm going to do is basically product dot append of left, right? And then I'm going to do left into equal to element or element. Yeah, so this is this entire part is basically my left pass. Now I have basically created the product array. Now I have to do the right pass, which is going to be a little bit more trickier for because I have to move in the reverse direction. So for IDX in range, len of list -1, we will go in the -1, taking a step in with -1. That's why we are putting two -1s. So what are we going to do here? We are going to basically, okay, for the right pass also I need something to start off, right? So right equal to 1, that's the initialization. So we are going to mutate directly the product array. Product of IDX is equal to, okay, I'm going to not write the short form, product of IDX into right, and we are going to reinitialize the right as what is the value? It's going to be list of IDX, right? And finally it's going to be just returning the product. Okay, so as we can see here, there are two for loops which are in play, but it's more like O of n plus another O of n, which we would call as basically O of n itself. So this is linear and has better time complexity than our previous solution. The idea is to make two passes. The first pass where we basically create a product of all the elements from the left direction, right? And in the right pass we'll append that product array, we'll mutate it to have the left pass value. In the right pass we will go in the reverse direction, right? We'll go in the reverse direction and then add the values. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you with another problem.